Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here, and welcome back guys to another video. And you've guessed it, it is a channel update pickups video. Let's get this started. It's been a while since old Sega Zombie is featured in a video guys, but we're over in this section of my collection really to just showcase some Blu-ray DVD pickups. This is my collection of Blu-ray mostly here. This is a four-sided tower. You just get a general idea of some of the films that I'm into. And, you know, we're into October. We're into the Halloween month, the winter months. And I do start watching an awful lot more films. And that's inspired me to pick up quite a few films. Also, there's been some nice sales going on as well to celebrate Halloween on some horror movies. So without further ado, guys, I think we'll start off with some VHS. These I got for literally 50p each off a car boot sale. I love the Ray Harryhausen films, and all of this just captured my imagination so much as a kid. Jason and the Argonauts, 50p paid for that one, guys. And then next up we have a double feature here. We've got the seventh Voyage of Sinbad and the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Loved again both of these films. Not so much the seventh Voyage of Sinbad. I didn't watch that one much as a kid, but definitely the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. I watched that a lot. Next up, another video for 50p from the car boot sale from the same stall. We've got Sinbad, the Eye of the Tiger, probably one of my favourite Sinbad films, this one. It's got it all, isn't it? It's got all the classic beasts and monsters in this one. But 50p paid, classic film. And then we've got a standalone seventh Voyage of Sinbad. I just couldn't leave it there for 50p. I wish I had the standalone of the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. And I thought that's what this one was, to be quite honest. But yeah, 50p each. Can't grumble at those. So that's it of the VHS, guys. And we move swiftly on to some DVD sets. It's not often I pick up DVD now, unless it's ultra cheap. Something I can't get on Blu-ray. This came into the shop in a bundle, and it's The War of the Worlds. I've been getting into a lot of the old science fiction of late. A lot of British science fiction I've been watching, but this is a great movie, isn't it? It needs no introduction, nothing to talk about. You know, it's just a sci-fi classic, The War of the Worlds. So that was virtually nothing. So I haven't got that in my collection. Right, now for the next DVD. This is a set, this one, and Hammer films are expensive on Blu-ray, and there ain't quite a set like this one. I've owned this set a couple of times over the years, and I keep letting it go, but I'm really back into my Hammer at the moment, and this is a beautiful set. It all opens up, and each section has all its films in. There's 21 films in here. I ain't going to go through all 21, but there's some absolute classics. You've got Dracula, Princess of Darkness, The Plague of the Zombies, Rasputin, the Mad Monk. There's some gorgeous artwork as well in here. Look at that. Oh, Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Let me know in comments, guys, did you grow up on Hammer? What do you think of Hammer films? There's a nice little collection book there. Have a little look through that. Little biography on all 21 films, I'd imagine. Some absolute classics on this set, guys. And again, this came into the shop. I didn't buy it for the shop, I bought it outright for me. It was a regular customer. He had spotted it in a charity shop and he thought of me, so he picked it up from that charity shop, brought it into me, which was awesome of him. Thank you, Andy, the window cleaner, for that one. But yeah, 21 films on now. Let me know, guys, down in comments, what's your favourite Hammer film? I don't know if this lists all. It lists a lot of them there, so if you want to pause and read that. But yeah, 21 Hammer films all in that set. Going to stand back up again because my knees are killing me. And we're going to go through the Blu-rays, guys. We've got some nice steel books here. Again, these came into the shop, and I thought these are going straight home. We've got Beetlejuice on Blu-ray. Me and Eden adore this film. It's a lovely steel book, this. Beautiful. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the sequel, is it? They're filming the sequel to this. That'll be interesting. And then an absolute classic. I can't say I'm a massive fan of this steelbook, but I don't own this film on Blu-ray. I keep meaning to pick up. I'm sure it was released on the Arrow label, which is, if you can see there, that's lots of the films that I collect, that label, Arrow. But I've never got round to picking up American Werewolf in London, which is ridiculous because it's one of my favourite films. I've still got the DVD set they released a few years ago. But it's a landscape, that's better, isn't it? It's a landscape steel book, and it's Blu-ray, so I brought that home. Next up is an eBay purchase, this one, guys. And this film goes for silly money here in the UK. But what's mad is it's a UK film, so that film is Krull. Now, love it or hate it, you know, this was an absolute flop. Back in 82, I think it was, this was released. Critically slammed, but I and my two brothers adored this film growing up. We really did. It's a great mix of fantasy and science fiction. It really is. Some great English actors in this film as well. A brilliant film. So much nostalgia, so I had to get it on Blu-ray. Now, it was discontinued on HMV's premium range Blu-ray releases back in 2019, and it's never been re-released here. It's commanding crazy money. I've seen it going for like £50 plus on eBay for a UK PAL copy of this. So I've done a bit of investigating, looked on eBay. Yes, it was a UK seller selling this for £9, and he put on the listing, the film's still in the PlayStation 5, guys. He put on the listing that if your player says wrong region, press top menu on your remote. Now, the square button is top menu on the PS5, which I later discovered. This is a region A, so if you know American films are region A, they will not play in UK Blu-ray players. It has to be region B. But it worked. So for £9, I got myself the American copy of Krull, and it works perfectly on a PlayStation 5. So guys, if you love Krull, but you've been holding out because it's so much money, then just get the Mill Creek Entertainment. Mill Creek Entertainment, Columbia Pictures. Just buy this version. It's like a slimline Blu-ray. Buy this version. Save yourself loads of money, guys. My retro brother Chef keeps going on about the Warner Brothers animated movies. I picked this one up because he keeps saying how good this is from CX, £4 paid. I see it in there, I had a little bit of store credit. Justice League Apocalypse War Dark. Now I picked this up and it turns out that this is a sequel to Justice League Dark. So I haven't watched this yet, Chef. I will pick up the original Dark first and watch it in proper order. So yeah, I added that, and while I was in there I also picked up Batman the Killing Joke. I loved the graphic novel of this back in the day, and this is kind of a short movie, this one, I believe. £3, couldn't leave it there, so I picked that up as well. As I said at the start, guys, it's Halloween season. You get some great sales on in HMV and Arrow are doing a great sale at the moment. On all their DVDs, they're pretty much half price, so I always take advantage of that, and that's predominantly when I'll buy the titles that I'm missing from my collection and add them. First up, we've got a Dario Argento, one of his very early sort of giallo films, and that is The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. I believe this is 1970, this one, but $14.99 original price. $8.99 on Arrow's website or in HMV. If you've got a local HMV, guys, I really recommend you pop in there. But yeah, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. I absolutely adore Dario Argento. I have most of the Arrow releases of his. As you can see there's Inferno, Deep Red, Tenebrae. Unfortunately, not all on the same label. We've got Suspiria there. One of my favourite horror films, one of my favourite Argento films, and that's Opera. Fantastic film, that. But yeah, the bird with the crystal plumage for £8.99. Then another Dario Argento classic, one that they're rumoured to be remaking, which I'm going to hold my breath for that one. But I always struggle to pronounce this. Phenomena. Dario Argento's Phenomena. This did have another name back in the day on video, I can remember. Something like Sleepers or something. I can't remember what it was called. And I remember having like a monkey on the front. But yeah, Phenomena. Let me know in comments, guys, if you can remember the original name to this film. It's got the actress that was in, that's it, Jennifer Connelly, Labyrinth. She's in this, she's the star, and it's a great movie. Really wacky, great film, guys. Recommend it. And then we move back to some Hammer, guys. I've picked up some Hammer Blu-rays. Now, The Devil Rides Out is in that DVD box set I showed you, but it's not a great print. It's not widescreen, and that is a bit of a lottery, that box set. Some of them are fantastic prints, others are not. The Devil Rides Out is an absolute classic for me. This film is probably what started my fascination with horror, my obsession with it. Back in the day, I saw this when I was little and I just found it absolutely mind-blowing. The occult, all of the sort of satanic overtones of this film, everything about it just really captured my imagination. Spooked me at the same time. But yeah, I had to get the Blu-ray release of this. Apparently it's a fantastic print, fully remastered. And apparently there's been some scenes that weren't finished in the original, finished off for this release. So I'll check that out. These were 2 for £15, guys. So the second one to go with that deal, I got this one, and that's Scars of Dracula. And I'm pretty certain, can any of you guys recognise him? I'm pretty certain that this is one of the Dracula films I've seen the least. Because when I read the blurb on the back, because there's so many, isn't there? I don't think I've seen this one. I've definitely seen it, but I've not seen it for a long time, so I chose that one for the 2 for 15. And there we go, guys. That's it of the films. Let's move across and see what games I've been picking up and playing. A new addition underneath my main TV is this Dreamcast, guys. Now, you're probably thinking, what, Scott, you've always had a Dreamcast. Yes, that is true, but my original launch day Dreamcast is back in its box, and I have gone for a modded Dreamcast with some lovely blue neon lights there in the joystick ports and on the top. And I'm also going to show you the boot up screen also. But guys, I'm just going to fire this up, but my TV has a delay in switching the HDMI, so you're not going to see the full intro. But this is a different Dreamcast intro screen there on boot up. And the game I'm going to be playing is the game I've been playing so much over the last few weeks. And that is the fantastic and, to this day, awesome racer, which is MSR, Metropolis Street Racer, guys. This game still plays absolutely fantastic today. It really does. Bizarre Creations, what a fantastic developer they were. You know, they went on to do the Project Gotham racing games on the Xbox, but this is where it began. I adore this game. I've not played this for a few years and I'm loving every minute of it. But yeah, this is still running through the HDMI, guys, but this has been the game I've been playing so much. But yeah, getting back to the Dreamcast, this, you don't need to swap discs. You don't need a boot disc. You don't need one of them Dream X's. This will just play any region game. So there's no messing about with disc swapping, you know, Dream X or boot discs. You just put your region game, Japanese NTSC, American NTSC, straight into this Dreamcast and it will boot it up. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. It saves my Dreamcast, my day one launch Dreamcast, from being used. I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I've took the plunge. I've got myself this modded Dreamcast. Actually got it off my good friend Mark. Now let's move over to some of the modern games while we're here at the big TV. Right, so first up, guys, of the modern pickups, we have got Evil West for the PlayStation 5. What a game this is. It kind of plays a bit like Gears of War and a mixture of, I don't know, God of War? You know, where you chain your combat together, a bit like Bayonetta as well. Yeah, it mixes that gameplay of Gears of War and Bayonetta. That's what I'd say. But this is a fantastic game set in the Wild West and steampunk. You know, what isn't there not to like about that? It's a really weird concept, but it really works, and it's got a lot of horror elements into it as well, in that you're chasing and hunting down vampires. Highly recommend this game, guys. If you haven't played this already, go and grab it. It's cheap at the moment in CX. I think I paid about 20 quid for it. It's a really worthwhile blast. If you want a quick blast as well, once you get down with the combo mechanics and gameplay, you'll breeze through this game probably in an evening or so, which is what I love about these sort of games. You know, I don't want a game that's going to have to take me endless hours and weeks to complete. I want a quick blast. This is right up my street. Evil West, guys. And then I had to do it. It's not often I'll buy a game on the same game on different systems, but it had to be done with this one, and I got it in like a sale, and that is the House of the Dead remake for the PlayStation 5. You guys will know that I own this version on the Switch, Nintendo Switch. I got it the day it come out. I've done a video on it. I'll leave a link to that video up there to show the gameplay. It plays pretty much the same on the PS5, but the reason why I got this is I wanted to use just the standard controls, the PS5 controller, and it was just another excuse to get hold of House of the Dead, the remake. Yeah, it was 20 quid. I thought, why not? So I've added that, and we've been having a blast on this. It's just such a shame that there isn't a light gun option. I was kind of hoping that there would be sort of like you could use the Move controllers. But if you guys know of any sort of way of doing that, let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, that's the only two sort of modern game pickups I've had this last month, guys. Been playing so much MSR. It's consumed a lot of my time, the Dreamcast. As you're going to see when we go over to the Sega wall, you're going to see that a lot of this modded Dreamcast has inspired lots of my pickups, guys. So let's get over to the Sega wall now. Before we sit down on the chair and have a chat, guys, there's a couple of pickups I thought I'd show at the table first, at the cocktail table. And that is this, and that is RoboCop versus Terminator inspired NECA figure. Now, I never knew this existed, this figure, to be quite honest. But the fact that it came in the shop, I see it, I love the Terminator, I absolutely love RoboCop, as you all well know. And to have a figure that's inspired by the RoboCop versus Terminator graphic novel, God, wouldn't this make a fantastic film? What a film that would be. Come on, Hollywood, get it done. Let's see a film. But yeah, there's this figure still in its box. I thought that was a nice figure to have. I'm actually, you know, really being selective in what figures I want. I do want a really good RoboCop. Guys, if you can let me know down below the best RoboCop, the one that's most true to the original RoboCop film. I would love to get that figure added to my collection. I don't have many figures. I have a couple of He-Man figures there. I've got some Funko Pops, which they ain't really my cup of tea, but these were gifts. So that's why I've got those. Behind He-Man, actually, it was another gift from my good friend Retro Ed UK. He gifted me that because he knew that that was one of the last toys my mum ever bought me. That was, and that's the 1989 Batman figure. So I don't have that many figures. If we go along the top here, we do have some more sort of toys, but these are video game inspired. We've got the Crazy Taxi car there, which I do have a loose one floating around here. I think it's behind the old Streets of Rage 2 standee, I think. Not sure where it is. And then I've got the Virtual Fighter 4 figure there. So there's, you know, a few figures scattered around. Mostly gifts and what people have have given me over the years. As you can see, there's numerous little figures here, there, and everywhere. So, you know, I'm being extremely select in what I get. So the RoboCop, just going to open that up and we'll stand that there like that. Then swiftly moving on, we were talking about video game inspired figures. When this came into the shop, I couldn't believe it. And that is the House of the Dead action figure series. I can remember when these come out, they sort of appeared and disappeared as quickly as they appeared, sort of thing. They didn't last a lot. They didn't last very long. I don't think they were the most successful toy because they just didn't hang around. You couldn't get them like, well, I never saw them in the likes of Toys R Us or anywhere like that. They were sort of selective stores. Here's some of the other ones in the sort of range. I'd absolutely love to get that one. I so badly want Johnny with the axes. That one as well was pretty iconic. But yeah, they're all cool. I want them all. Now especially that this one's come in. Strength with chainsaw. Obviously he's going to stay in the pack because I've already got him loose, as you saw over at the main TV, which was a present for my birthday actually of my good friend Deli, added to the figure collection. And then finally we move on with a book. Now, I do like a good book, I do, but I also love pop-up books. And I love The Walking Dead. So when I saw The Walking Dead, the pop-up book, I was like, oh my god, I've got to have this book. And it does not disappoint, guys. Look at this. This is absolutely tremendous. The work that has gone into creating this book is sensational. There's lots of moving parts and doors to be opened and things like that. Let's see if I can get it to work. Ooh, so the hands come through on that one. I'm not going to show you every single page, but just look at the detail of that, guys. And the one to end it on, I think, is this one. Just to give you a sneak peek. I don't know if I can do it one-handed, but just watch the gun and the zombie head there. Boom! That is just grotesque and beautiful all at the same time. How amazing is that, guys? But yeah, The Walking Dead pop-up book. Now we are going to go and sit down because I need to sit down. So here we are, sat down next to the Sega wall, guys. And I've still got loads of games to share with you that I've picked up over the last month. It's a bit of a channel update now. I think it's great that I've been able to do a channel update pickups video within a month of the last one. I'd left a long gap between the one previous, and I want to try and do a channel update pickups video once a month. That's my aim. In between that, there will be sporadic videos covering all different games, systems, just what I'm playing and what I'm into at the time. Something I do really want to let you guys know about and get your advice, get your opinions, comments down below, guys, is that I've deliberately held fire on putting any Retro Realm 2.0 content on the Sega Zombie channel. I don't want to confuse an audience. You know, I've been on YouTube a long time. A lot of the people that view my content are watching my journey as a collector. And I wonder if that kind of has an impact if I start showing too much of the shop, the Retro Realm 2.0, on the Sega Zombie channel. So what I'm wondering to do is I have lots of different ideas for media for and sharing content for the Retro Realm 2.0, but whether that would work having it on this channel. You know, this is my hobby channel. This is just documenting my collecting journey and how I'm feeling at the time. Do you know what I mean? And I sometimes think the Retro Realm should probably have its own YouTube channel. So I'm thinking of setting up a new YouTube channel dedicated to the Retro Realm 2.0. And there will be shorts. There will be all different types of content on there. I might just randomly go live in the retro realm, and I think having its own channel, it will grow that way, and it won't impact on what I'm doing as a collector. As Sega Zombie as a collector, the Sega Wall, it won't impact on that. I'd love to get your guys' views and opinions on this in the comments section down below. As we mentioned in the Retro Realm 2.0, I just wanted to say about all the people I've met so far on this journey of the Retro Realm. You see so many different characters, so many different individuals in different walks of life that all have a connection, and that is retro gaming or nostalgia. Nostalgia is a powerful thing, and you get so many families and different walks of life coming into the store and just, you know, sharing their memories and their nostalgia for all the different items that we have for sale in there. And one of the most heartwarming things, and one of the things that I found truly amazing, is the younger generation. Because a lot of people, and I think myself included at the time, before I opened the shop, was that I just predominantly thought that collecting these old video games were attracted just a certain age group, a certain demographic, and that's just so not true. You know, there's so many youngsters getting into the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo. You know, they weren't even around, they weren't even born when these machines come out. But there's a real buzz for it, and I think it's fantastic. That brings me on to a young man from Norwich. I won't hold that against you. Or they're from Norfolk, and he comes down usually on a Saturday with his mum and dad, and he's mad into his Nintendo. He loves anything Mario, and he has started his own YouTube channel, guys. He is known as the Retro Head. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below for the Retro Head, and wow, he is doing fantastic. I think he started in August, so in just 2 months he's got some really good editing skills, and his channel's really shining. What shines through is his passion for all things Nintendo. I'm going to try and influence that when he comes to the shop and try and get him into a bit more Sega. But yes, Retro Head, guys, please go and click on the link in the description and go and give him a sub and a follow and interact, you know, put some comments in. He's doing some interesting videos. He's doing a lot of game shop hunting videos where he's going to charity shops, CEXs. He's also done a Wii Top 10 and things like that. You know, he's really trying to find his feet, and he deserves you guys to go over there, drop him a comment, tell him Sega Zombie sent ya, and please just give him a like, a follow, a share, and all that YouTube jazz. Sorry about that, guys. A bit of a jump cut there. I've had a terrible cold for the last couple of weeks, on and off. And I got a bit of a tickle on the throat there, so I had to go and grab a drink. So yeah, go and check out Retro Head. Link below. And yeah, give him some support. He's a new YouTuber, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. Speaking of YouTube and content, I have a few videos planned. There's another Spectrum video coming, and it's all about a game very dear to my heart, very nostalgic, one of my favourite games, and there's an update on that, so I'm going to be doing that video really soon. I'll be shooting that in the next day or two. I do also want to do a lot more on the Dreamcast. I started to get into a role of doing some Dreamcast content, but I've just been absolutely lost in MSR. I'm loving that game at the moment. I wish I had documented some of that, my journey through the whole of MSR. Just to catalogue it and document it for myself more than anything. But yeah, there'll be more Dreamcast content. Definitely more Spectrum content. And and we've got to focus on the Spectrum next, because the Kickstarter 2 is about to launch everywhere. And people will be getting their Spectrums next that they've been waiting sort of like the last 3 years for. So they'll be about, we're going to do loads more on the Sega Wall. I keep threatening it, but I do want to do a lot more just focusing on the Sega Wall, picking out some games maybe that people don't readily know of on the Mega Drive that I've discovered in collecting the full UK PAL set, and what I recommend is a great game. There's some great indie games coming out on the Mega Drive. I'm going to be covering loads of those and give my opinions on some of the new releases. That's it, the channel updates, guys. Let's get on with the pickups. And where do we begin? Where do we start? I think what we're going to start with is a Wii game, what I picked up for £1. Now, the reason I picked this up for £1 is that it's a light gun game. So yeah, Chicken Shoot. I think this might have come in like a pack originally. It doesn't say not for resale on the back, but I've got a feeling a lot of these were released in like a gun pack. This one's still taped up. I've not even opened it. Let's untape it live. Well, you know what I mean. And see what's inside, because I didn't even check it. Yeah, it's complete with its manual. But £1. Anyone know if Chicken Shoot is any good? It's the first time I've bought a Nintendo Wii game in a long time. But I do want every single light gun inspired game released on the Nintendo Wii. And that is one I don't have in the collection. So chuffed to add that for £1. Next up, we've got some more Nintendo stuff. And we have got Wario Master of Disguise on the Nintendo DS. Unfortunately, I looked in this and I thought it had its manual when I see that. But it's not. It's just the... Is that the club card points or something like that? Yeah, which is unscratched. It's got a DS... It's got loads of gumph in there, but it actually hasn't got the manual. Bit gutted about that. But yeah, Wario Masters of Disguise. It kind of looks like a platformer. Make your fortune. Sketch a disguise to change Wario. By mastering your disguises, use the power of every disguise to explore, attack and hunt for treasure. There you go, that's the blurb on the back, guys. But let me know in comments, is this a good game? It only cost a couple of pounds. And it was Wario, and I thought, do you know what? I've never played that game before. I'll give it a go. Let me know in comments, guys. Should I boot it up in the DS and give it a blast? A game that, if I see these sub £5, I buy them. And that's Sonic Rush Adventure. I actually weren't sure if I already had this game. But it's not. Is it Dark Chronicles, the one I've got? So yeah, this one is all complete. I learned from that mistake. So yeah, I've got this one from a local... in the town centre, like a pawn shop, and I think this was a £5. And I thought, do you know what, for £5 I'm not going to let that sit there. And it's a Sonic game at the end of the day. I enjoyed some of the handheld Sonic games, especially the Game Boy Advanced Sonic games. So I wouldn't mind giving Sonic Rush Adventure on the DS a blast. Again, guys, if you played these, let me know, are they any good? And then I picked this game up because I've seen so many people go on about track and field and hypersports. Hypersports personally was my favourite. Loved that on the Spectrum and the Commodore 64, as well as the arcade. My local cinema had those in them. I think they might have had both. But it was always hypersports that I was more gravitated to. And I see this and it was like £2. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to grab it. I've never played the new version. The new International Track and Field. Now, I did actually give this one a blast. And what I noticed on the back is it's done by Sumo Digital as well. Which worked on a lot of the Sega games. But yeah, there's the receipt. There you go. We'll know exactly how much I paid for it. CEX, £1.50, guys. £1.50. It's complete with manual. Is that a poster? What is this? Yep, the poster. A little poster there of all the characters. I do like the style of it. I gave it a quick blast. It's a little bit weird because instead of button bashing, you're using your stylus and you're rubbing it across the bottom touch screen. Which I was a little bit worried that was going to damage my new 3DS. So I was being really delicate. But it was okay. It was an alright game. The game is actually still in my 3DS, look. The cartridge isn't in there. But yeah, no, for £1.50 I had a quick blast on it. Nice, cutie looking graphics. They kind of look like Funko Poppy type character dudes, don't they? He looks a bit Street Fighter. But yeah, no. Konami's new International Track and Field. £1.50. It was worth a blast. Finally, for the Nintendo 3DS, we've got Elite Beat Agents. Now, I take it this is like a rhythm-based action game. I'm sure I played this back in the day. When I had a 3DS, I'm sure this was quite early on in the 3DS's life, this game. And I'm sure I quite enjoyed it. Save the day by rocking solo, co-op or head-to-head in the ultimate rhythm action game. The fate of the world depends on your touchscreen skills as you jam out to 19 songs like Material Girl, Skater Boy and YMCA. Oh my god. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a right mixture of songs there. But this is, for the eagle-eyed will see that this is the American release of Elite Beat Agents. I got this one off a car booter as £1. I wasn't going to let that sit there for £1, so I brought that home. Next we move on to a gift from a customer of the shop, and they bought a load of stuff to trade in, and they know I'm heavily into Sega, and they said, look, we've got these sort of like kind of unique or a bit more sort of like niche things that he just wanted to gift me because he wasn't sure if I had them in my set. And first up, these are all Mega CD, and first up we've got the Lethal Enforcers disc. Now I already have Lethal Enforcers, so I'll keep this one and see if I can put it back in a box. You know, the disc is actually in really good condition. So yeah, we've got Lethal Enforcers. Now for the two really interesting games, and these are Mega CD demo games. And first up, we've got Time Cop. Now this game never got an actual release, official release in the end, even though it made it to demo. So yeah, it'll be interesting to play this one on the Mega CD, and it's one I haven't got in the collection, so really chuffed to add that. And then finally we've got Fatal Fury Special demo, which again, you know, this is a really expensive game on the Mega CD, one I don't own, so it's nice to have the demo. So really chuffed for those. We'll put them back in here actually, and we will prop them up against Elite Beat Agents. So now we move on to two games. One of them I am really buzzing to have it back in my collection. I sold this whole entire collection off quite a few years ago now to refocus and help fund me moving forward with the Sega wall. It helped fund so many of the bigger hitters on the Mega Drive, the Dreamcast, the Sega Saturn, the Mega CD. It helped fund a lot. So I didn't regret letting that collection go. But certain titles are kind of over the years thought, I wish I still had that because it's such a nostalgic game to me. And that game is Hero. Now I own Hero on the ZX Spectrum. I own Hero on the ColecoVision. I own it on the SG-1000, the Sega system, which is up here. I own pretty much every copy of Hero that I can lay my hands on, and every system it's on. I've got the Atari 800 cart of it. You know, I love Hero, but the most nostalgic one for me is the 2600 version. This is the rarer box variant as well, with the red at the bottom, which is what I had. And this can command some pretty high money, especially when it's in mint condition. This is in absolutely beautiful condition, guys. Just look at this box. The box is gorgeous. The manual as well is beautiful and clean, which, you know, we're going to a game here which is 40 years old. You know, this is over 40 years old and it's in lovely condition. I think this is in better condition than the one I originally had. The all-important colour labelled cartridge. I do own, which I showed in a pickups video a few pickups videos ago, the black and white just lettered cartridge. I picked that up. So I'll move that cartridge on now, just so I just needed this back in the collection. We're picking up the 7800, which I showcased in the last video, channel update video. I thought it was really important to put Hero back into the collection because it is just one of the most nostalgic games to me. When I was little, I played this game for hours on end. A fantastic game, and one day I will do a video just on all the different versions of Hero I own, and finish it. I need to finish this. Maybe I'll do a live stream and play it until I finish Hero. It's a fantastic game. Unfortunately, in recent years, big tubers that I shall not mention their names have bigged this game up so much that I think they've pushed the value of this game through the roof. It's not a cheap game to obtain now, but I'm really chuffed to get it. I got this for a great deal off a seller on Facebook. I got this one, and then as people do often on Facebook, the sellers on there, they'll start showing you their wares and all the great stuff they've got. And this guy was no different. He shared with me some of the fantastic condition Atari 2600 games he's got, and he had a load of the Parker Brothers label, which are the silver boxed Atari stuff, and I wanted them all. I was like, man, they are awesome. I'd love all of those. I only chose one though in the end, and that's Super Cobra, because I remember having this one back in the day as well. It's in fantastic condition, guys. Even the cardboard tray is in lovely condition. Sometimes these are all crushed, but yeah, no, that's lovely. The book, the back of the box there, everything on this is beautiful. So let me know, guys, have you ever played Super Cobra? So here we go. It wouldn't be a Sega Zombie channel update pickups video without some Sega, and we've got some juicy, sexy Sega to show, as we always do at the end, or getting towards the end of these videos. And this first batch is all Dreamcast, and it's all inspired by me getting that modded Dreamcast. I've fallen back in love with the Sega Dreamcast most evenings on playing MSR and other games, some of which I've just picked up and some I really need to get playing. And first up, we've got Propeller Arena. Now, this is a game that was supposed to get a release and was delayed on the Dreamcast, and then it never saw the light of day, unfortunately. It's an AM2 game.
Your favorite play. Show you what the USA can do.
Let's enjoy the ride.
Oh, what a pain. Right, yeah. I am number one, the best. Yo, yo, yo!
Yay, yay, yay!
Don't count me out. I tell you, don't underestimate. No, no.
Let's enjoy the ride. Hi.
Let me read the blurb on the back. Propeller Arena Aviation Battle Championship takes place in the year 2045 and focuses on a series of nostalgic flight contests set within futuristic settings. Fight in pure arcade style with simple controls, power meters, special moves and continuous power. 8 different planes with their own attributes in speed, power and armour. Each pilot has their own set of skills. Best visuals ever displayed on Dreamcast. This game unfortunately got delayed because of 9/11, and obviously the involvement of planes, and I think there was a level in it that was similar to or featured the Twin Towers in there. So, you know, Sega delayed putting this game out, and unfortunately it never materialised on the Dreamcast, which is a shame. This is a good game, and it's pretty much, I believe it's pretty much 100% complete. So yeah, I'll pick this up. It's got no manual or anything like that. It's just basically oh, it does look like it's properly pressed on a disc actually, but yeah, not bad. And I'll give that a blast. I might do a video on that one because I've never played it. I've never actually played that one, guys. It's a Dreamcast game I've never played. Next up, we've got a Sammy game, and that is Dolphin Blue. This is like a bootleg copy. This game obviously never got an official release on Dreamcast. It's been ported to the Dreamcast. It's an Atmoswave to Dreamcast game. Sammy, 2003. I remember seeing this in an arcade. It might have been one of the first revivals I ever went to. I think it was there I might have seen it, and this game blew me away. It's kind of a bit like Metal Slug, but a lot more colourful and brighter than Metal Slug. But yeah, you ride a dolphin at times, and the dolphin helps you out. A really fun adrenaline rush game, just like Metal Slug. The only problem with it on the Dreamcast is the loading times, and there is a bit of lag in between loading levels and stuff like that. But still enjoyable. I've had a lot of fun with that. A great little game. Next we move on to a couple of Dreamcast games. These are, again, homebrew indie games that have been released. And this is Ondro Dunos. Now, you guys know how much I love this on the Switch. A great game, the sequel. I thought I need to pick up the original. And it's lovely to have this on the Dreamcast. Beautiful condition. Everything's mint in there. I didn't get this direct from Pixel Heart. I got this off a good friend of mine. So yeah, it's all complete in lovely mint condition. It is 0061 of 2,000 copies as well. But yeah, Ondro Dunos. I butcher these names, guys. But yeah, I got that, and it plays alright. It's a nice game. It's a Neo Geo game, I believe, originally, isn't it? I'm pretty certain it is. But yeah, a great game. And then I had to get the sequel, and my good friend Mark, he sold me Ondro Dunos, and then he also sold me Ondro Dunos 2. And this is number 53 of 3,000 copies. Now, do I unseal this? I own this on the Switch. Do I need to unseal it? I don't know. I might leave this sealed. But again, this is a cracking game. I recommend this to anyone. It's a game that's not crazy, you know. Anyone can get into this game. It's not a steep learning curve. It eases you in. It's a cracking game. An awesome soundtrack too. Really chuffed to own this on the Dreamcast. And then finally, this was a deal done over a few hours of negotiations. This was done here in the Sega Hall, actually. Mark come over and we had a bit of a gaming session. A few beers flowing, and he bought some Dreamcast games, and he wanted to do a trade for Dreamcast for Japanese Sega Saturn. And we ended up swapping some games, and I can't remember. I really can't. It was probably the beer. Now, what game did I swap in? Was it Dodon Apache? I think it was Batsugun. I swapped Batsugun for Border Down. What a cracking game this is. Now, Mark wasn't much of a fan. Now, in Mark's defence, he prefers sort of top-down shooters. He prefers a vertical shooter over a horizontal shooter. And this is a horizontal shooter, but my God, is this a great game. And it wasn't until that night, I'd never played Border Down before. So I'm now the proud owner of Border Down. And again, I think I need to do a video on this game, guys. It's a tremendous game. A brilliant gameplay mechanic to it. It's got a bit more thinking involved in it than, a bit like R-Type. R-Type, you have to sort of think. It's a more thinking man shooter. That's what I want to say. It's not necessarily bullet hell, but there's a great game mechanic in it. When you lose a life, you then take a different route. And that, I think, is fantastic. This really is a great Dreamcast game, and I can't wait to share it with you. But I am absolutely buzzing to add this to the Sega Wall and my Dreamcast collection. Border Down, what a game. But it doesn't end there, guys. I've got one more Sega item to share. I'm not going to go massively in depth with this. This video is going to be epically long. This is going to get its own video, but I'm going to show it here first. I am absolutely buzzing to own one of these. I own one of these unboxed, and I have for a number of years. I've sent it off. I've had the laser repaired. It's come back and it's gone wrong again, and I'm just like, oh. But I never thought I'd own a boxed one of these, and this came into the shop, and I knew as soon as the lady pulled this out of her bag for life that it was coming home with me for life, and that is the Sega Multi-Mega. Oh yeah! Now, like I said, I'm going to do a standalone video on this, guys, on the Sega Multi-Mega. It needs cleaning up. It is lovely condition. The box has a bit of patina. There's a sticker been removed or something there, and it's torn it there. But overall, this ain't bad. And what's really nice with this Multi-Mega is it's got all of its polys. All of the cardboard inserts are there. All of the manuals are there. All paperwork. The pads, everything. The leads, everything is complete in this box. The Multi-Mega itself needs a bit of a clean up. It all needs a clean up. And that will be a video in itself. I'm going to do a video dedicated in showing you guys all what you get in the box. So there we go, guys. I haven't disappointed. Again, another channel update. Pickups video with an absolutely stonking Sega pickup. And this, wow. I never thought I'd be sitting here holding a boxed, complete Multi-Mega. There is going to be a video on this, guys, as I promise. I promise you there's going to be a video where I'll showcase the Multi-Mega and we'll cover some of the games. We're going to cover the demos that I've picked up. Definitely 100%. I'd love to go through the Fatal Fury demo, Time Cop, and there's some absolute banging games on the Mega CD, as we all know, and we're going to do some videos on this. 100%, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know in comments about any of the games, any of the pickups, what you think of the Multi-Mega. And until the next time, guys, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.
Sega Zombie. Sega Zombie. Sega Zombie.